YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Tay. We back with another video. Today we're reacting to Screaming has an age gap problem. We about to see what's going on. You feel me? I feel like at times it does though, depending on the context of the situation. I feel like it does, but we gonna figure it out. New to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and get straight into it.
Ingenuous y'all be whenever this age gap thing comes up. I think people understand that it is very questionable for a mid-20s man to go after a teen, even if it's legal.
Legality can only get you so far.
Would you date a 14-year-old if that was the legal age of consent? I have this question because the internet continuously shows me there's an age gap problem, and weird older men are using the legal system as a mark of what's right and what's wrong. When it's beneficial, people will weaponize the age gap to insinuate certain individuals are predators, but when it's time to defend someone they like, others will fall back on the legality rather than confronting the moral dilemma at hand. So with that, I got some interesting food for thought today, twin, so I'm gonna need you to tap in. Comment for the algorithm. So the reason I'm making this video is because of this tweet right here. This tweet talked about T Banks pressing another streamer named Melt is Live because he's a 24-year-old man who is apparently messing with 18/19-year-olds. And every time I bring this up, people love to say,
they're legal, that's a grown-ass woman.
And dude, legality is just not indicative of morals or ethics. I'm gonna use an extreme as an example. Slavery was legal in the past, and I guarantee there were people who similarly used the same, but it's legal argument. I really dislike that thought process because it's purely anti-critical thinking and it's anti-nuance. Yes, we are legal once we turn 18 in America, but that doesn't refute the severe lack of life experience that comes with being a younger person. Mind you, T Banks is 25 with the same line of thinking I have. He would not mess with 18. He would not mess with someone fresh out of high school because that's what these grown-ass niggas are doing. They want to mess with shorties who are fresh out of high school with no pushback.
At 24 though, you are a complete legal adult. You can buy alcohol, you can play the lottery, you can smoke cigarettes and all that. She just left geometry.
No, what y'all are saying.
At that point, you're touching kids. I
have set morals for myself. No. I'm not gonna talk to an 18-year-old. But I'm being completely honest. There are grown women in Atlanta right now with their own crib, their own car, that's not in college, that are grown-ass women that are 19 years old. What the fuck? They are mature 19-year-old.
That using stuff like that don't help your case though. Like, I'm gonna just be real, using stuff like that don't help your case. Just because somebody got their own place at 18 or 19 don't help your case. You shouldn't be 20, you shouldn't be 26 trying to be with an 18-year-old just because she got her own place. You shouldn't be 25 trying to talk to an 18-year-old just because they got their own place. Like, they fresh out of fucking high school. Like, what are you talking about? Like, fresh out of high school. Like, fresh. Like, can't even drink. Like, can't even drink. You feel me? Like that nigga said, can't drink, can't play the lottery, can't do a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so what are we talking about? Can't even get in the club. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, no. I don't agree with that. And I really don't like when people try to use that type of shit to like make somebody growner than what they are. No, at the end of the day, you are still a child. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you are still a teenager at the end of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not fully mature yet. You haven't been through enough life situations yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't totally agree with that at all. You feel what I'm saying?
Women, there are women, they're not girls.
Listen, that apartment shit ain't gonna work on me.
Like what? Like what? Like, what are we talking about? It's really not though. It's really not. And they're not women. They're not women at all. I'm not calling no 19-year-old, no 19-year-old, no grown ass woman. I'm not doing that.
All that says she got an apartment does not mean that she's still not 18 years old.
I really like how Banks said that apartment shit ain't gonna work on him. Those are material objects. They aren't a sign of maturity or life experience. Rakai, for example, he's a rich ass child and we all clown on him for being immature and we criticize the people around him for not being better mentor figures. Let's not use capitalism as a gauge of maturity because it isn't. Life experience is what breeds maturity. Learning how to navigate the dating world is its own skill. Before the evil light skin fucked me over, I was more lenient. Nowadays, I be cussing bitches out, but that's only because I had the chance to gain the experience. These are grown ass.
I don't know about all that though. But speaking of peace,
With more life experience, more dating experience, trying to get women in my age group who have significantly less life experiences than them. And I think that's a little weird. And just so y'all know, I'm not gonna show the entirety of this clip because it is 8 minutes and it does get a little heated, but I wanna point out that Melt admit in this clip he would sleep with these women but not pursue a relationship, which in my opinion, I think it's pretty obvious why he wouldn't, because it's not a good look. And if it was a good look, the little sis method would have never been coined.
It's not okay for a 30-year-old to have a platonic relationship with a 19-year-old. What do they have in common? Where am I wrong? Nobody will tell me that I'm wrong in that. Dummy. What are you saying? What do they talk about all day? I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying like a 30-year-old, an example, a 30-year-old with a fuck. Let me fucking make sure I paraphrase it for you fucking retards. A 30-year-old?
The only thing I would say about this is though, like he said, like I'm not talking about them, for example, but then like you backtrack from that statement and you literally came out talking about them, and then you try to put allegations on somebody that you so-called was once cool with and stuff like that type of shit, like, you know what I'm saying, telling him he trying to little sis his way into some cat or whatever like that. Like that's kind of like crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of crazy.
Nigga, 28, 27-year-old nigga, if you got a little sister, you allowing them to fucking be platonic friends with them? Tell me yes or no.
The reason the little sis method thing went viral is because on the surface, we all fundamentally understand that a grown man in his late 20s to early 30s does not have anything in common with a teenager who just graduated high school. That's bottom line. My problem with Bruce is that the nigga's a cornball who wanted to insinuate Rage was a predator instead of directing his criticism towards the people who actually need it.
Like Marlon or Mel.
If 18 and 19 are so grown that a 24 to 25-year-old man can sleep with them, why does the little sis method exist? Why are we infantilizing grown-ass women then? I think those two things are contradictory. If y'all truly believe that 18 and 19 were as grown as Mel is trying to make them out to be, the little sis method would not exist. There wouldn't be anything to joke about. It turned into a viral joke because everybody knows subconsciously that at 18/19 there is tremendous room for growth, maturity-wise.
So we don't judge.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm like 10.
19 drinking on screen. 19 in your room drinking on screen. Like, bruh, yo, to stop, bro. Being around all them females is not that serious, bro. I promise y'all it's not that serious. It's not that serious, bro. Y'all not getting these IDs checked. Y'all not doing none of that stuff to keep y'all out these fucking allegations, bro. Like, what are we doing? Oh, whoa, 19 are like... Somebody said, well, call the popo.
Go ahead. Bro, you're old. you gotta accept that shit. So I should drop her off at school or some shit. Get you up.
So I should drop her off at school or some shit.
You, like the age for you to date at your age has to be 21 lowest.
As much as I clown doo-doo garbage, at least he knows there should definitely be a hard stop at dating teenagers in their mid-20s. The freaked out Deshae Diddy Frost doesn't care though, but that's obvious because he's literally just a creepy dude.
Y'all not gonna disagree on that one.
Deadass. So real quick, before I move forward, I actually want to refute a common defense of the age gap relationships, and that is my parents' age gap is X. This is easily debunked by mentioning the fact that as we get older, the mental gap in maturity and life experience shrinks. Let's say, for example, your parents have a 7-year age gap. If they met at 25 and 32 respectively, I wouldn't say none. But if a 19-year-old and a 12-year-old were talking, we'd all agree that's weird. And when we're younger, these maturity gaps are way wider. There is clearly a difference between a younger teen and an older teen. A 14-year-old versus an 18-year-old is proof of that. So please don't come into my comments with this defense or I'm gonna drone strike you.
That's just a joke.
But let's talk about how weird Marlon and Yana was.
Doing like flirty, dirty, wordy content with, brother. First of all, she's 18 years old, okay? She's 18 years old. She is
still literally, I think she's a senior. Like she's like she's you know what she feels like my little sis. So cut that shit out right now. I'm keeping it about. Everybody cut that out. There's no nothing like that. Listen, people can do content with each other. She's a content creator as well. She was in LA. She reached out. I was like, of course, brother. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying?
So with this clip being a thing, do y'all not find it weird that he literally made relationship content with the same girl he was calling Lil Sis and was talking about how young she is and how
See, I didn't know that. I personally didn't know that. So that comes off weird. I didn't know that. And at the time she was 18 to this, yeah, that's weird. Matter of fact, we gonna look up how old is Marlon, bro? Marlon age. Okay, he was 24. But was he 24 around the time she was 18 though? Either way, like, that shit don't matter. Like, she's a senior in high school. If he says she's a senior, he was doing that shit, yeah, buddy, you're weird as fuck. Like, okay, that's actually insane. And I didn't hear about this.
he's still a senior in high school. It's also very frustrating that he made a good point. You can do content with the opposite sex without there being ulterior motives.
That's true.
Before I talk about Ben, we still got to talk about Marlon. The reason this is even a clip and the reason he felt like he needed to say that is because we all recognize 18 and 19 are not as mature as people try to pretend it is. If there was no issue or no big deal or no type of politics concerning the age gap, he wouldn't even feel the need to address it. But it's a thing to address because we all recognize it's a little crazy. And it was crazier when they started doing relationship content and farming parasocials after this weirdo called her Lil Sis. And then this goes back into what I was saying about weaponizing this fact when it's beneficial to you, like Bruce did. He weaponized it against Rage, who made it vehemently clear there was nothing going on. He weaponized it despite Yana's own feelings. And you know what's even crazier? The whole reason that this is something that was capable of being weaponized is because we all understand how it looks for someone in their 20s to be dating a teen.
Even staying on the topic of this shit, duos is a new wave, I guess so. But I just don't, I hate when shit like that even come up, especially when it got to do with me, because I know how pure of a person and like a pure of a spirit that Yana is, and I would hate for anybody to ever make me feel like I shouldn't collab with her no more because they talking shit on the internet when we both and everybody around us know that ain't even the type of shit. We just make good ass content because we're both.
I just want to know. I'm gonna just say this, and y'all can let me know like y'all opinion about it. I just want to know like where was everybody opinion on the age and shit when all these screamers of different ages were screaming and making content together at Screamer University last year. I just want to know where was all the shit going on. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of I want to say kids. A lot of the, well, yeah, I can say that, like, a lot of the so-called kids that y'all claiming them to be, and I'm not saying, like, for them to just keep making content with somebody younger than them. I'm not saying that. I just want to know, like, where was all the opinions about, like, the age and shit like that when it was at Screaming You. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think personally he should always be around somebody of that age making content. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. You feel me? Like, I already spoke on this. Like, I ain't with all that weird shit and motherfuckers talking to people way younger than them and stuff like that. I'm not with all that. But I feel like if it's just work, cool. Keep it work. It's just work, just keep it work, move forward, whatever like that. But if you actually like trying somebody or some shit like that, then it becomes weird. It becomes weird, like very weird. 1000%.
Funny as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And that wouldn't be fair to her. So I don't never want that type of shit to like cause no issues or nothing. Cause this is real life versus like what random motherfuckers say on the internet, bro. And that's a really good person. So
After doing this YouTube thing for a minute and seeing Ben on my feed, I honestly don't think he's a predator. I also think he's pretty funny, and I respect the fact that he's pushing the barriers and showcasing that two people in two different age groups can be friends without it being weird. So my question is, why is that vitriol and those predatory accusations being levied at people who are trying to be respectful of Yana? Why are we not talking about the men who relation bait with their little sisters, or the men who won't date an 18/19-year-old but will sleep with them? It's just so...
That's insane. That is wild. Like that right there is wild. I'm not even gonna cap. If somebody I know says something like that, yeah, buddy, we can't be friends no more. I can't kick it with you, none of that. Cause you tripping. You is tripping. Like overly tripping, gang. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You talking about some you can't pursue nobody. You 24 years old. Cool. 24. You can so-called sleep with these girls that 18, 19 because they got their own place and stuff like that, but you won't pursue a relationship with them? That's weird, bro. That's weird. You shouldn't even said that shit, bro. That's weird, bro. That's weird behavior.
Oh, so weird. But if I had to explain the age gap problem in streaming in simpler terms, I'd say that people are being incredibly disingenuous when it comes to age gap relationships. But when two people are friends platonically with an age gap, the real feelings get exposed every single time. I think we all understand how it looks. I think we all understand how creepy it is for mid-20s adults to be dating/sleeping with teenagers, and that's why the little sis method went viral. That's why Bruce was able
I want to say this though. Hold on.
To weaponize a platonic relationship to insinuate another streamer was a predator. We all know that mid-20s adults should be staying away from teenagers who are just figuring their lives out. I'm still figuring my life out, and that's facts. That's really all I had to say though.
Before I get up out of here, I want to say this though. I just find it so funny that, you know, when it boils down to this, like the content and this is their work, them doing their work. It's a lot of opinions being made and stuff like that. But when it comes to them fucking relationships all over the internet, ain't nobody saying that. I feel like that's a little weird. And I'm just being honest. Like, just because a motherfucker so-called spending money on somebody that's 19, 20, just like that, and they way older than them, like, y'all okay with that just because y'all getting a little bag spent on y'all? I find that very, very fucking weird. Very weird. And they sleeping around with them. I find that very fucking weird. But you know what I'm saying? What do I know? But let me know what y'all think about in the comment section down below, and I'm gonna catch y'all next video. I'm going. Yeah.